This work is titled 1 and 3 Clarks. Probably. Find Clark. Hurry up. Clark embarks on a string-strewn path, creating a platform of Clarkish interaction. Generated through its centralised totem, this zone currently confines Clark within an 8.6 metre loop. This circular circumference, calculated not through knowledge obtained in a semi-miraculous passing of GCSE mathematics in 2006, but instead was the product of a bewildered online search the other night. It makes me start to question the truthfulness of Mr. Weeks. Maybe he was right. Maybe I shouldn't have been doodling in my exercise book when being instructed on all the functions of pi, a number that in 2010 was calculated to its 2 quadrillionth digit, but whose symbol I am yet to draw correctly without it resembling the house the big bad wolf blew down. We 3 Clarks, following each other as wise men on a cloudy evening. One probably stands in front of you, probably fumbling an object that he will probably, attach onto himself, and then finally, try to catch up with the second. The second Clark, the 29.6 second full revolution Clark, a Clark who projects 5 feet 3 inches shorter than his counterpart. For ease, I shall now refer to the more tangible Clark as Clarks off, meaning Clarks off the screen. The Clark who's probably stood wearing a flat cap and probably matching boots. The second Clark, the slimmer Clark. The 52% polyester and 48% cotton Clark that paroles this sacred space, I will now refer to as Clarks on, meaning Clarks on the screen. This is in no way reference to Jeremy Clarkson, former BBC presenter who punched a man. Clarks on, wearing near identical flat cap and boots to Clarks off, also sports a blue, size medium boiler suit with his name and initials painted across. This suit lacks finesse, but assists in identifying Clarks on as he executes a deossal act amidst a field of trees, grass, plants, bark, flies, geometry, railings, daisies, leaves, dew, goalposts, probably, goalpost holes, greenness, blueness, brownness, small canines, and cirrostratus clouds, a sure sign that rain or snow will likely occur. Not now, Clark, probably within the next 12 to 24 hours. And only outside. As you will have noticed, assuming anyone is in fact here, Clarks on's world is cyclical. It rotates in a circle at 0.49 revolutions per minute, meaning that if Clarks off wants to keep Clarks on screen, and not to become Clarks on off screen, similarly to Jeremy, who is now banned from the British Broadcast Network, then Clarks off needs to move at a corresponding rate. Clarks on is therefore granted an all-access pass to this horizontal site of pointless pilgrimage, a mechanised mecca governed by the electrical rotation of a £20 barbecue rotisserie motor purchased on the Amazon marketplace. Spinning, it propels the mysterious architect on its journey. This predetermined rate of revolution has been previously specified by Clark, and when discussing Clark now, I don't mean Clarks off, nor Clarks on, or Clark Audio, me, Clark A Boy, as my friends used to call me until I turned 18, when Clark A Man was then agreed less euphonious and ceased to be. I am the final piece in our tripartite Clark puzzle that you are now learning could potentially and probably be a foursome. This Clark is not here today. Clark created this, a laboured labourer, granting Clarkson a travelling speed of 2.1 miles per hour, assuming that Clarkson would want to take centre frame in this action. This is a quicker pace than Bruce, but considerably slower than Richard. Clark's off, on the other hand that supports the upper part of the frame he is starting to tire from bearing, walks considerably slower. He supports the green landscape like an ice cream man at a pantomime, following Clark's on with Sisyphean mimicry, careful not to be too slow to be trailing the shadow of himself, or too hasty, resulting in a unification of the two as telescopic Teletubby. C. Clark's off has little freedom in this symbiotic relationship. To halt would be to reduce the entirety of the plane to a 54 cm by 83 cm space. No small trees, no small dogs, nor daisies. Sure, there would be brownish-bluish greenness, but there would be 89% less brownish-bluish greenness than before. Clarkson would now only walk for 3.3 seconds in your world. And what would become of Clarkson when he is off? Do the obligations of the costume still apply? Or once free from the constraints of the screen, can he frolic the landscape previously allowed to him, as free as the daisies he previously tried to distinguish from? What is one without the other? Who is in charge? Who am I to talk if no one listens? What should you waste your time on? I said, who am I to talk if no one listens? I said, who am I to talk if no one listens? I said, who am I to talk if no one listens?